Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Painted Playground. If you are wondering, there's a lot of mark making tools and things that we can do when making the mark and playing on the canvas. And if you're wondering, like, what should I start with, or which one should I use? We've kind of been going over quite a few of them over the past couple of weeks. And today I am sharing all about finger painting. So finger painting is one of the, most fun things I can think of. Of course, there's a ton of mark making, ways to make the mark, and it's up to you. You get to decide which are your favorites. I'm just sharing a few of my favorites, and we definitely go into a lot more inside our inner circle group, our club for painting every month. But I just wanted to share a few, just the joy of finger painting with you, to ease your mind about getting in and playing with paint, and to make it easier for you to jump in and get started. So welcome. Thanks for taking time out of your day to hang out with me. And this is like one of my favorite parts of the week, because we get to hang out. I get to chat with you. So when you join in, let me know that you're here, because that's definitely one of the funnest parts of doing this, is getting to chat with you. And so let me know when you're watching. And I do have some happy mail to send out today. So super exciting. I'm painting one right now, and this is going to be the one that I send out. And it is all about the quote that it's going to have on it is: "The world is full of magic things waiting for our senses to grow sharper." W.B. Yeats said that, and I just think it's so important that we remind ourselves that the world is full of magical things. Even though, there's a lot going on in the world, and, moments in our day can be difficult, there is still so much magic happening, going on within reach. We just need to remind ourselves of that. And so that we can tune into that. That's what living is all about, right? Is tuning into that magic. So I've got a few different pieces that I'm playing around with today. Let's see. I'm thinking, let me know. Do you like the darker blue? I've got this lighter green with some oranges going on. So let's see. I'm just going to, I can start to see people are starting to pop in. That's awesome. All right. So let's just cut this out. So finger painting. What is finger painting? Finger painting, I don't know if you ever did finger painting when you were younger, but it's really getting in and using those fingers, the tools that we have readily available are our fingers. And if you ever painted as a kid with your fingers, or have watched a kid paint with their fingers, it's fun. You can see it in their faces. It's really a great way to get painting. So finger painting is literally using your fingers to paint, and connecting with the paint to get it onto the canvas. Let's get this cut out right here. So let me know, do you use finger paint? Have you done finger painting with your painting? Is that a tool that you like to use? Something I use a lot when I'm painting. It's easy to do. I just feel drawn to the canvas. It allows me to really feel the paint and connect with that energy that's happening on the canvas, with the color and with the mark. It's amazing how many different marks you can make with your fingers. It's so fun. Ooh, I think I'll do that. Oh, that's sweet. Okay. Just playing around with some different collage materials here. So finger painting is so fun. It's a playful way to get to the canvas. It just, that expressive mark says play. It's all about play. And you can really tell when someone is going to the canvas and playing and having fun. Those marks show through. You know, when you think about an expressive painting versus, you know, like a very detailed, detailed painting that is replicating an image. So a lot of detail, right? A lot of small marks, painting marks. It's very different from the sense and the feel that you experience when you look at marks made by, you know, the fingers or the, you know. And there's all different kinds of ways that you can use your hands. So a few tips if you do decide to try out finger painting. Nancy Gray. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're talking about finger painting, Nancy. And the fun of using finger painting in your artwork. Oop, nope, we're not over there, over here. There's just a sense of joy that comes from using your fingers, and it, you know, reminds people of that joy of being a kid and painting with your fingers. So a couple of tips if you are going to paint using your fingers. You do want to keep the paint off of your, you are using your fingers, but you do want to keep the paint from soaking into your hands. So I use something, I love this. It's Winsor & Newton's Art Guard, and it's a lotion. You could use really any lotion, but this one is specifically formulated for keeping the paint off of from soaking into your hands. And there are some paints that have, you know, chemicals in them that you definitely don't want to get into your system. So I do recommend using something that's going to protect your hands. And it makes cleanup so much easier when you use the Art Guard. Otherwise, you might end up doing a lot of scrubbing afterwards for cleanup. So it makes cleanup a whole lot easier to use something like that. And I'm just sharing the brand that I use. It works really well. It makes cleanup super easy. Another tip is, you know, you've got your fingers, of course, but really think about all the different ways that you can use your hands to make that mark. You could use your fingertips, you could use your fingernails, you could use the side of your hand, you could use your whole hand. You could really get in and use more than one finger to really mush paint around. So there's a lot of different ways that you can finger paint and use your fingers. So you don't have to just use your fingertips. There's just a lot of different ways that you can use the side of your hand, and that, you know, is super fun to play around with and find the ways that you enjoy using your mark, and I mean, there's nothing more authentic than your finger mark, right? And you're very connected, allows you to be very connected to the paint going directly onto the canvas and making that mark. You can mix color straight onto your canvas with your fingers, which is super fun. So there's lots of different ways that you can use your fingers for painting. Not just making that mark, but actually pushing down paint and mixing the color straight onto the canvas and playing around with color mixing. And once you start color mixing, you can really play around with, then building from there and creating depth with additional marks on the canvas. So after you've gone in with finger painting, there's lots of ways that you can further develop that into something else. So finger painting is a super fun way to get in, start playing, start having some fun. And enjoy the painting process. Add more. So I would love to see what you do with your finger painting. I'll go this way a little bit. I'll get out of view there. I'm just adding a couple more little details on here just to sweeten up this card a little bit more. Let it dry. And then I'll be checking in for comments. So when you're watching, go ahead and let me know you're here and I'll add you to our jar. Get your name in. And a little bit later, I'm going to pull from here, pick somebody to send this happy mail out to. And I'll post that in our group. Maybe. Time to play around. Okay, I'll do this. And let me know if there are other things that other mark making tools or things that you love to use in your painting, or other ones that you want me to talk about that you would love to explore. And if you'd like to, I do have a free tutorial to get you painting and playing that you can download. Okay. I'll pop a link for that below. Still here, not finger painting though, working on my palette knife daisies, says Nancy. Awesome. Shared this and I saw a little bit ago. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. It's always great, Nancy. And all right. Oops. Guess no way to share it. Oh, you can share it so this is live. But once we go, after we finish up here, you can go ahead and share it from our Facebook page. I think once it's live, it's a little bit harder to share. So, all right. Well, thanks you all. Great being here today. I will see you a little bit later, and go ahead and download that free tutorial. It's super fun. Will help you get started painting and make it easier to get to the canvas. All right. Bye for now. We'll see you next time.